welcome to episode something of I Know You Are Listening, show where we talk
Episode number.
episode number fill in blank here. A show where we talk directly to the creators of any given thing or we talk to
Property.
anybody really.
We're
Anybody
talking to
who's
you.
you'll see. As always, it's me, Johnny Blaze, and Mr. Ben Hooper.
Mr. Ben Hooper was my father. That's not true. His name is Robert.
Mr. Robert Ben Hooper. Today, we are going to create hypothetical scenarios, hypothetical creative projects, and we are going to cast them. It could depend on the time period, it could depend on the subject. We're going to be casting Jim Henson's Dune.
It could be 80's. Like this could be instead of the David Lynch Dune.
Honestly, it could be instead of any of the Dunes. This could have also been instead of the 2000s miniseries Dune, oft forgot about. The next one we're going to do is, well, do we want to wait and talk about it then, or give a summary now?
Oh, we can do them in chunks.
Okay. Well, yeah, Jim Henson's Dune. Well, this is from a prompt, an internet meme.
Take a movie, replace everyone with Muppets except for one human actor.
Yeah, kind of a Christmas Carol, some other movie. And then we talked about it in our group chat, and it kind of evolved into what we're doing now. Did you go into that group chat? And I just copied a bunch of them.
No, but I definitely should have because like my notes are very anemic right now. I was like, I'll figure it out.
Well, I'll start us off with this one. I picked both Leto Atreides and Lady Jessica as the humans. I made them both the humans. I don't know why that was funnier to me. And then their child is Kermit, playing Paul Atreides. And I just love the idea of
First, I'd like to clear something up. I am not Johnny Carson.
we can keep Oscar Isaac and Rebecca Ferguson and their child Kermit the Frog as the new savior of Dune. I originally had Miss Piggy as Princess Irulan, who didn't get in the new version, but very important character. But I also had Miss Piggy as Chani. I was thinking it would be kind of funny if she just was twinning it and was playing both of them, and maybe they're both Miss Piggy fighting over Kermit.
Right, they can get in actual fist fights together.
Unfortunately for Muppets, there aren't a lot of female Muppets. I think the funniest one in this whole thing is Duncan and Gurney as Gonzo and Fozzie Bear.
Oh my god, which order? Because those are also my choices.
Gurney is Fozzie because they're the musical ones, right? Yeah. And so it would be just so funny to see Fozzie Bear trying to and like deliberately failing at that or that over seriousness of Gurney Halleck's character. And then
playing the bear set. Waka waka.
You don't know the Harkonnens, they're brutal. Stilgar as Rolf. I think he would. He's like a cool dude, and that would match up well with kind of Stilgar's vibe. Easy pick for me, but just the size and kind of monstrousness of it. Baron Harkonnen would be Sweetums. I have Bunsen as Thufir.
Yeah, that's easy.
A very rare thing for a Muppet movie, we're going to separate him from Beaker, who I think would be a hilarious Peter DeVries. It would be so funny to watch Beaker as the only Muppet on the Sardaukar planet. I think that would be fucking hilarious.
I had kind of a similar approach to Peter DeVries. I was thinking Swedish Chef.
I have for Reverend Mother, Dr. Teeth.
Nice.
This is a narrative of very heavy-duty proportion.
For Liet Kynes, I have Statler and Waldorf. It's a play on the joke that Liet Kynes has a hyphenated name. They do something similar by turning Marley into the Marleys in the Christmas Carol, and I would love to hear them up in the thopter criticizing the mining crew that's about to get eaten by the worm that's approaching them. It's like, oh, I can't believe they're not already off the Sandrock. I wish I was off the Sandrock. No! The best one is the worm. Shai Hulud is Monster. Just straight up put Monster's head on a worm body and make it huge, and it would be that you would put that on the poster. It would be orange, and then everybody else would be in blue. You would sell $1 billion worth of tickets.
We have the same Gurney and Duncan, but I was thinking for Kermit and Piggy would be Leto and Jessica.
Yeah.
And I know that children would not love to see Kermit the Frog die, but you gotta grow up sometime. Kermit's nephew Robin would take over as innocent little Paul Atreides, just fucking stabbing guys and shit. My one human actor that I wanted to keep was Sting as Fade. I had the same problem you did with like a kind of dearth of female Muppets, so I cast Janice from the Electric Mayhem to be Chani. We're just living in the desert.
Muad'Dib, man. Muad'Dib.
And Sam the Eagle is Stilgar because he's just very like...
Yeah.
And he would accidentally say America a bunch of times when he means Arrakis. To be like, Sam, you mean Arrakis? Oh, yes. The Arrakinen way. Had Rizzo the Rat as Baron Harkonnen. I think it would be very humorous. They could put him in the big, like, suit thing, have people constantly talk about how giant and hulking he is, but it's just Rizzo, normal size.
I like that even better than Sweetums.
The spice must flow! Oh yeah, and I just had Sweetums as Shia Hulud, just, like, running through the desert. Hey, guys!
That'd be
I'm a worm!
So, Disney? I know you're listening. Is it Disney who currently owns all these Muppets? Yeah. If you could somehow get the rights for Dune, I think this could be the meta movie for all those kids who grew up loving Christmas Carol Muppets and no other Christmas movies. I think it would be instant classic. All right, we're going to move on. You got to hop in your time machine for this one. We're going to be doing what if you had to cast the MCU movies in the 80s, the early 80s. We're assuming that the movies are basically the same script-wise. The tech is just 80s slapped together doing their best tech, but otherwise kind of same characters and same vibes. Who would fit? And this one I didn't have organized very well. I just was like...
Me neither. Do we just want to go like character by character and...
Yeah, who did you have for Doctor Strange?
Burt Reynolds is my Doctor Strange. Just always thinking about how, like, Doctor Strange, especially, like, classically in the comics, is very, like, 70s porno guy looking. Mm-hmm. He's like, he's a smooth operator, he's just a cool guy, and, you know, who's got a sexier mustache than Burt Reynolds?
I would be shocked if they didn't photo reference that mustache at least once or twice for Doctor Strange and Tony Stark. I had Alan Rickman. This probably would have even been a little bit before he got famous. Because he got
like
big.
Circa Die Hard.
Who did you have? Or you can guide this one.
Well, we'll just segue that right into Iron Man, which is where I had the other stash, Tom Selleck.
I think I totally missed Iron Man. This one I was just kind of going wherever. But
so
I
agree that it's Tom Selleck.
I agree. You are correct. I was so convinced I didn't even write it down.
He's got the swagger and he's got the easy confidence and the way with the ladies.
It's almost it's kind of like casting J.K. Simmons for J. Jonah Jameson. It's just
right. It's just obvious.
Right person, right time would fill the role. The role would fit them like a glove. I had for Black Widow Gina Davis.
I think this is so much better than mine.
Live era, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, well, Gina Davis wasn't in True Lies, so...
I still want Gina Davis.
No, you're thinking of The Long Kiss Goodnight, perhaps?
I am thinking of The Long Kiss Goodnight.
But yeah, no, that's such a good choice. I said Molly Ringwald because I was just trying to think of redheads from the 80s. And she would have been really young, but I have to admit, I like Gina Davis more. That's a better choice.
If we're going to do 80s casting instead of Joss Whedon, John Hughes' Avengers?
John Hughes' Avengers. Okay, well, this changes my entire cast. Well, carrying along on our John Hughes' Avengers kick, I actually had Emilio Estevez for Captain America.
80s Emilio, that would have been like his physical prime hot shots before he became...
he was like buff in The Breakfast Club.
Not Hot Shots. Or was he?
Yeah, that's Hot Shots, Charlie Sheen, the other Estevez brother.
Oh, he was in that Garbage Man movie. I remember watching that with you at the old Nerd Manor.
Men at Work. That's a great movie.
Yeah, we watched that.
Yeah, that was Emilio and Charlie Sheen were in that one.
I think that's why I was mixing them up, besides them being brothers. For Hawkeye, I have Val Kilmer.
Ooh, beautiful.
Yeah, I think that one I pulled out of the meme. If I find the meme or the TikTok or whatever that started it, I'll put it in there. I changed some of them, but I kept some of them. And I think this was one from the meme, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe Val Kilmer was some other role. But yeah, he's just like a regular, handsome man. I'm not surprised they casted him as Batman in the 90s. He would be a perfectly good Hawkeye. And on top of that, bringing that kind of I'm your Huckleberry energy to the Hawkeye character, I think it would be even better than the Jeremy Renner one, who I like.
Yeah.
And
my replacement, Paul Rudd, Steve Guttenberg.
Yeah.
And John Lithgow is Old Man Hank Pym. Well, oldish man. It was the 80s, but he was already bald. Spider-Man was Michael J. Fox.
I meant to say Michael J. Fox was my Scott Lang.
No, that's good.
Maybe too young though. I'm gonna acquiesce, or I'm gonna go with yours though. I think he would be a better Spider-Man, thinking about Back to the Future and Michael J. Fox.
And who else did I have here? Jackie Chan as Shang-Chi.
Yeah, perfect. 80s, he was everywhere. Did you have a Hulk?
Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, I think I had already thought about that.
Just keep them.
Didn't write it down, but yeah, just keep it. Lou Ferrigno and Bill Bixby, they did a really good job in the TV show.
Eddie Murphy, Black Panther. Coming to America era Eddie Murphy. He was the straight man to Arsenio Hall's wisecracking sidekick in that one. And he had the accent, he was in great shape. Mm-hmm. He was an African prince.
Our friend Breach had suggested Avery Brooks as Black Panther.
Oh, yeah, no, that's also incredibly solid.
Yeah, he would definitely have the kind of the serious gravitas that Black Panther normally has. Clancy Brown as Ultron. I had Clancy Brown as Ultron, Drax, or Crossbones. I think those were all various ideas in our group chat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 80s Clancy Brown would have been such a good Crossbones.
Yeah.
Just with his square head and horrible voice.
We had Michael Ironside as Thanos.
That's good, but I would also like to suggest Arnold Schwarzenegger.
As Thanos?
As Thanos.
I really like that too. I was going to say Michael Ironside is sort of cheating because he's basically doing the exact same thing he did in the Justice League animated show.
Direct neural stimulation of pain receptors. All of them. Imagine the worst pain you've ever felt in your life. Times 1,000. Now imagine that pain continuing forever. Oh, that's right. You don't have to imagine.
I do like the Arnold Schwarzenegger one. The universe must be in balance.
I am inevitable.
I'm inevitable. I sound like Henry Kissinger when I do it.
You do sound like Henry Kissinger. Another great choice for Thanos, if you think about it. I mean, he did that in real life.
Yeah, he was kind of the Thanos of Vietnam. Another villain that I've gotten when I've told this idea to other people, I get a lot of good feedback, is Loki, played by Jeff Goldblum.
That's another just easy. I can't
Yeah,
argue with that.
it started as a joke because, he played the Grandmaster in Thor Ragnarok, but honestly, Jeff Goldblum would be such a weird, chaotic, kind of scary Loki almost. I'm thinking of when he was in The Fly, just like very kind of manically obsessed and passionate, but still Jeff Goldblum, still kind of, you can't describe it. It's Jeff Goldblum-y. I did have Vision. He was just buried down at the end of my list. Peter Weller.
Oh God! Oh yeah, 80's Peter Weller. Yeah.
It'd be RoboCop. I did a lot of cheating and just doing similar casting on this list. And
wait till we
yeah,
get to the Star Trek one.
All right, for our last fan cast, I see this online a lot, but it's just fun to think about. I'm really surprised we haven't already gotten it. J.J. Abrams, Calvin Universe, Star Trek: The Next Generation. Just what he did for the original series, but timed up to the Next Generation cast and crew. If the
Whew.
if the difference between original series and next gen is the same for J.J. Abrams as it was for Gene Roddenberry, 2030 we will get this. I casted it as if it came out around now. I don't know who's going to be big in 10 years, obviously, but we're still early if people are chomping at the bit for it. You can go ahead and start us off with Picard.
It was a tough decision down between James McAvoy and Tom Hardy. I landed on McAvoy.
I went with Hardy. I'm sure we both had that same meta thought process.
Yeah, I feel like Hardy has become like way more of like a swole guy.
Yeah, the Hardy Picard he wouldn't be into like equestrianism, he'd be into CrossFit.
He's lifting the horses.
Honestly though, I could see that with Picard. He's kind of a grump. I could see him also being a meathead.
Yeah. Green juice, hot.
Protein shake. How about Riker? Riker's another good one. Mine is also a meta pick that I'm pretty proud of. I went with Adam Scott.
Oh,
Adam Scott.
That is meta.
He's got the youth. But not young. He's tall. Riker, famously tallest man on the bridge. And also a funny meta pick because Adam Scott has a very small role in First Contact. As the bridge officer, possibly killed.
Rest in peace.
How about you?
I picked Oscar Isaac. What I was kind of focusing in on was like who kind of has that like instantly likable, trustworthy guy, but also like the kind of everyman sex appeal. Like, Riker is not like a beautiful man, but he is a sexy man. Yeah, Oscar Isaac is probably a bit more beautiful, but like I feel like he's got the same like glint in his eye, the mischievous side, but can also do the serious side. And he looks good with a beard.
Who'd you have for Geordi?
William Jackson Harper, who played Chidi on The Good Place. He just has this affable, likable nerd thing going on.
Yeah, totally. And he would be
I think he'd look great in the visor thing.
He's the thing with Geordi. You got to be a good face actor. You can't sell it. It's like being Cyclops.
Yeah, you can't sell it with your eyes. You gotta put it all down.
Yeah, it's all in your shoulders and your mouth. I picked Jonathan Majors.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The star of Cthulhu Country, and is going to be the once and future Kang the Conqueror.
The one who remains.
In the MCU. As we've seen in Loki, he's got a lot of range, and so he could definitely pull off weird nerd that Geordi is, awkward. He would also look good in a visor. One of the main things about Geordi. Got to look good in that visor.
Looks good in a visor.
For Data, I had Benedict Cumberbatch. I thought this was borderline cheating, but no, Benedict would, I think, just be a good fit for the role. I think physically, he looks like a weird thing you made in a lab. Honestly, he should have done that instead of Khan.
I chose Rami Malek for Data.
Yeah. Also a
Yeah,
weird
right?
man
He
that
just
looks like he was made
he
in a
just
lab.
kind of has a very unique look to his face that I think would look really robotically if you paled him out.
Who did you have for Worf?
Idris Elba.
I almost picked that, and then that felt like cheating.
Yeah, I was like
I
that's it feels like cheating, but also like sometimes you gotta cheat to win. Idris Elba.
I also almost picked Idris Elba. He also is another meta pick because he's buried under makeup in Star Trek Beyond.
Right.
And so he gets to be buried under makeup again. Uh,
But that's
and
a Star Trek tradition.
he would do an
Burying the
amazing.
same actor under different makeup.
Mine is Yahya Abdul-Mateen. He recently was in the Candyman movies. He's New Morpheus.
Oh, yeah, okay. Uh-huh, I can see that.
Who'd you have for Troy?
Natalie Portman. I was thinking, she's got dark hair, is an attractive, good actor, and experienced in creating what the fuck is that accent supposed to be?
Totally. Just bring up that weird British Naboo accent and you're good.
Yeah.
I went with another Star Wars one. That's funny. Kelly Marie Tran.
Oh,
This
well, I'm honor bound to agree with that.
Yeah, she's awesome. I've never seen her do anything wrong. I've never seen her be anything less than amazing in any interview, and it's fucking cruel. She is just cruel what the internet can do to someone, and she deserves a million second chances. And I think she would just be a good Troy. She had that good emotional weight that
Right, she's kind of got that like good-natured, empathetic.
for Crusher, I had Bryce Dallas Howard.
I put Jessica Chastain and in parentheses or Bryce Dallas Howard because they're the same person.
Yeah, it's one of those it's one of those Hollywood phenomenons where they just find two people who are the exact same because Hollywood casting be like that. And
They can trade off scenes like the Olsen twins in Full House.
I did Tom Hiddleston for Q.
That's good.
Both this and Crusher, I was feeling very like there's so many good options I can't even like pick one. And for these two especially, they were listed in a lot of places, and I was just like, yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like Tom Hiddleston and James McAvoy would play the sexual tension very well.
But yeah, Tom Hiddleston, it's almost cheating because it's straight up Loki. It's Loki with even more power.
Yeah.
It's what Loki wishes he was. Who did you have for Tasha Yar?
This is kind of a cheat. I put down Brie Larson specifically due to her Avengers Endgame haircut.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I also went with a stunning blonde bombshell, Gwendolyn Christie.
Oh, that's so much better, though. I was trying to think, like, who's big, though? I feel like Tasha Yar should be somebody who's, like, physically imposing.
I found this one on a list, and it didn't occur to me, but I was just like, easy.
Yeah,
easy
no,
pick.
nailed it.
I have Guinan. I have Leslie Jones. I think another person.
Oh, I love that.
Absolutely bullied by the internet who deserves a million second chances. And I think I want Leslie Jones to be the Leslie Jonesiest Guinan in the universe.
Right. I went slightly different direction with Octavia Spencer. She's I think she's got like a lot of gravitas.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Disney, people from the 80's, J.J. Abram. I know you're listening. I know you're gonna
listening.
You guys are gonna be the first 3 views on this video.
The only 3 views.
It's true. But yeah, it's fun to think about these. This is even less actionable than our advice is normally, but it's fun to do. And I also like doing it in a triplicate. I'd love to do a fan cast 2 down the road and do 3 other things, mixing creators, mixing time periods. Maybe we can get more into John Hughes Avengers somehow.
Right.
Or do things like that. You could do Tim Burton's Avengers. You could do
Oh yeah.
we'll come up with ideas, or leave your ideas in the comments so we can shamelessly steal them for content. But all in all, I'm Johnny Blaze.
And I'm Ben friggin' Hooper.
And we know you're listening. Have a good night.